Okay, so if you come here and you can't find sandboxes, all you just need to do is just go to one of the tasks in the project where you can find get a sandbox. So you can see this one. So you click on get a sandbox, then click on web 10. So the next thing for me to do is to delete the repository on my command line. So if you hit ls, you see a list of the files I have. So you can see the test repository here. So I need to delete it also. Now the command to delete a repository is rmdir. That is rmdir. But if the repository is not empty, if you try to use this, it won't work. So what you are supposed to use is you're supposed to use rm, then give it the option -r. The -r stands for recursive. That means that you want to delete the content of the files and the files itself. So the next thing you need to supply is the name of the repository you want to delete. The name of the repository I want to delete is test. So you just type test, then press enter. So if I list my files again, you will see that the test repository no longer exists. Now once you've done those two things, you can now start afresh. Now the next thing we need to do is, now we want to start afresh. So we start from tag 0. So in tag 0 we have a list of steps. So we are going to be following the steps one by one. Now step 0 says create an account on GitHub if you don't already have one. I already have one, so I don't need to create again. So if you have not created one, you go to GitHub first and create. Then after you've created, then you can come back to step 1. So step 1 says create a personal access token on GitHub. Now we'll go to the GitHub website, which is here, and we'll create a personal access token. So to do that, you click on this button on the top right corner of your screen. Then you go to settings. So scroll down until you see developer settings. It's the last option on the list. So you click on developer settings. So on the left part of your screen, you will see personal access token. So click on personal access token. So now there are two types of token. You have the fine grained token and you have the classic token. So the one you want to create is the classic token. There is a difference between these two tokens, but I won't expatiate on that. If you want to know the difference between them, I have a YouTube video on my channel where I explained what each of these tokens do, so you can check that out. But I won't do that here. So what I will just use, I will just click on tokens, classic. So once I click on classic, it's going to redirect me to a page where I can create the token. So you can see it says personal access token classic. So I'll click on generate new token. So once you click on it, you can see two options also. I will click on general new token classic. Don't use the fine grained one. Use the classic one. So I will click on classic. So it has already redirected me to the page to create my classic token. So it says note. What is this token for? I can just type any random text. So I'm going to type for authentication. Then the next thing to do is to set expiry date. My advice for you is to just set it to no expiration, so that you don't have to be regenerating new token. So just set it to no expiration. Then the next thing to do is to select scopes. So the scopes you have to select is specified in the project. So just go back to the project. Then you see the scopes that they want you to specify. So okay, you can follow this tutorial to create a token. So they will show you a list of scopes that they want you to click on. So you can see, scroll down. So look at it, 3 options. The first one is repo, the second one is admin repo book, and the third one is delete repo. Just 3 options. So we'll go and select those 3 options. So repo first. Now the importance of you clicking this repo is this. If you create a token, right, and you did not select repo. If you try to push and you are being requested and you are being asked for password, if you put this token as your password, it is not going to push. It is going to tell you authentication failed, because when you were creating the repo, when you were creating the token rather, you did not select the repo option. So if you did not select the repo option, you won't be able to use the token to either clone a repository, or you won't be able to use the token to authenticate the repository. So you need to select the repo option. So the second option is admin repo. So we also look for that, and we also select it also. So admin repo. So you can see admin repo. You click it. Then the last one is delete repo, which is the last option. Okay. See delete repo. So you also click on delete repo. So scroll down. Then you click on generate token. So only select those three options. After you select those three options, you click on generate token. So now you can see the token has been generated. Now this is what you need to do. Once you create a new token, you need to copy the token and save it in a secure place, because it will only be displayed once on GitHub. That is only when you create it. After that, you won't be able to access it again. So what I always do is whenever I create a token, I will copy it and paste it in my email draft box, so that I can have access to it at any time. You understand? If I want to work on my phone, my email is available on my phone. If I need my token, I can easily open my email draft box on my phone and use my token for authentication. And if I want to work on my PC also, to the same thing. You get? So I will copy this token. You click on these two buttons. Then I will go somewhere safe. I won't save this one on my what's it called, in my draft box. I will save it in Notepad. So I will paste it here, but I won't close it. You get? So that is that. So we have successfully created our personal access token. So now let's see what's next step we have to take. Now the next step, you see, we have done step 1, which is create a personal access token. The next step is to update your profile on the intranet. They said update your intranet profile by adding your GitHub username here. So we click on here. So it will direct us to our profile page. So scroll down till the end. You see a place where you are supposed to add your GitHub username. So you can see GitHub username. It has already been added. So you add it here. So once you've done that, you can close the page. So we are done with step 2. Now the next step is to create your first repository. Now, so they said using the graphical user interface on GitHub website, create your first repository. Now the name of the repository should be ALX repos. The description should be I am now an ALX student. This is my first repository as a full stack engineer. And the repo must be public. And you must not select README, and you must not select Git ignore or license. So let us go to the GitHub page and create our first repository. So come here. So go back to this button on the top right corner of the screen. Then you click. Then you will see the your repositories option. So click on your repositories. So you can see it has taken me to my repository page. So I don't have any repository now. So I will click on new. So once you click on new, you can see now it is asking me for information about the repository I want to create. So repository name. So let's go back to the step. So they said the repository name must be ALX repos. So just copy this ALX repos and paste it. Now one mistake I observed that you guys are actually making is that you are not being careful of the case. Some people will write the ALX repos with capital A instead of small a. If you do that and you try to clone or you try to access it, it won't go through, because ALX repos with A as capital is different from ALX repos with A as small letter. So you need to be very careful of that. So the best thing to do is to just copy the text from the intranet direct. So I will go back to create a new repository. So I'll click inside this page and I'll paste it. I click on paste so you can see. Now the next thing is the description. So you must fill this description box. So go back to the intranet and copy the description. The description is, I am now a ALX student. This is my first repository as a full stack engineer. So copy it. So once you've copied it, go back to GitHub, right? Click in the description box, right click and paste that. Now they said the repository must be public. Yes. Now look at the next two options. You have add README, add Git ignore, and choose license. You are not to do all that. It was specified. If you check, where is it? Look at it. It was specified in the step that you are not to do all that. See, they said no README, no Git ignore or license. So don't select any of that. So you won't select any of this. You just click create repository. Then to create the repository for you. So you can see the repository has been created, ALX repos. So let's go back to the steps. Now we are through with step 3. We have created the repository on GitHub. Now step 4 says we should open the sandbox, right? So let me open the sandbox. Let me close this and read. So to open the sandbox, just scroll down. I'm supposed to get the sandbox option here, but I don't know why I'm getting it. But if you're not getting it on that left panel, just scroll down to one of the tasks and click on get the sandbox. So once you click on get the sandbox, you'll be redirected to your sandbox page. So click on web 10. So it will open the command line for you. So you can see that the command line has opened. So let me go back. I've done that. Let me go back to the steps. So I'm on step 4. So scroll up to step 4. Now in step 4, okay, we are done. See, open the sandbox. So we are done. Now step 5. Now they said clone your repository. Now what you want to do is this. You want to make a copy. To clone means like to make a copy of something, right? You want to make a copy of the repository that you have created on the GitHub GUI. That's on the GitHub graphical user interface, or let me say the GitHub website. You want to create a copy of it on your terminal, so that you can do your work on the terminal. Then when you are done, you can push it from your terminal back to the GitHub website. You understand? So the first thing you need to do is to clone. Now, one of the mistakes that people make when they want to clone is this. They've already given you an example of how to clone here. Most people will just copy this thing. They will just copy this whole command like this. Then they will paste it. When they copy, they will go to the web terminal. Then they will just paste it in. Now once you paste the git clone command like this directly from the intranet, and you do not edit it, and you press enter, it's going to show you repo not found. So most of you guys make this mistake. So this is what they mean. Now what they mean is that the command you're supposed to use is git clone https, then your personal access token. The personal access token that you created, you are supposed to put it in this space where you have personal access token. Then remove the curly brace. The curly brace is not supposed to be there. Then the next one is your username. This particular column is for your username without the curly braces. Do you understand? So now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete this command and I'll try to clone again using the correct command. So if you have been making that mistake, please try and do the right thing now. So I will just delete everything. Then I'll use the correct command. So the correct command is git clone https :/ then your token. So let me go to where I saved my token here in my notepad. So I'll copy it and I will go back to my terminal. Then I'll paste it. Then at github.com. So you can see that I'm not putting the curly braces around my token. Then the next thing is my username / what is my username? So I'll come to GitHub. This is my username. This is my username. So I'll copy my username. So I'll paste my username / slash my repo name. What's the name of my repository? ALX precourse COURSE.git. So this is the correct command. You can see no curly braces around my personal access token and my username. So I'll press enter. So you can see it said cloning into ALX because warning, you appear to have cloned an empty repository. So once you see this, it means that the repository has been successfully cloned. So if I hit ls to list my files, so you can see I have the repository in my list of files. That is ALX precourse. Now, so after cloning, the next thing for me to do will be to enter into the repository that I have created so that I can walk into it. To do that, the command I will use is cd, then the name of the repository that I want to walk in. So the name of the repository is ALX repo. So I will just copy this, then I'll paste it. So I hit enter. So you can see my shell prompt has changed from this ordinary slash to slash ALX precourse. You understand? So now I've successfully cloned the repo and I've already entered inside the repo on the command line. Now let's now see the next step. Now the next step says that create the file readme.md with the content my first readme. That means create a file named readme.md and put this text inside it, my first readme. So this is what we'll do. We'll go back. Now in order to do that, we'll just do vim readme in capital letters, but the .md extension should be in small letters. Okay, sorry, I think I made a mistake. It should be vim. So vim readme.md. So the command, so what this command does is it will open this readme.md file in vi, in command mode. Then you can enter into insert mode and insert your text. Do you understand? But there's another easier way to do this. Let me cancel this. You can use the echo command to actually do this. You can say echo. Now, what is the text they ask you to put in the file? The text they ask you to put in the file is my first readme. Now look at it. The M is starting with capital letter. If you put my first readme with the M as first small letter, the checker won't check it. So everything has to be exactly the way they ask you to do it. So I will say echo, then the text in quotes, my first readme. The readme, okay, is in small letters. My first readme, close the quotes, then 2 greater than symbol, then the name of the file where we want to save this text, which is what readme.md. Now what this command is telling us is that it's telling my machine is that append this text, my first readme, into a file named readme.md. Now if the file has not been created, it will create it, then append the text inside it. Remember, I have not created the file. So if I use this command, it is going to create this readme.md file, then it's going to put this text inside the file. So I'll press enter. So once I press enter, if I hit ls, you see I have a new file. The name of the file is readme.md. Now to check the content, I will say cat readme.md. So if I do that, you can see the content of the file, my first readme. So I'm having the correct content. So that has been done. Let us now see what is next on the list. Now we have done this. So the next thing they ask us to do is to update our identity. So to update your identity, you use this command, git config global user.email, then supply your email, then git config global username, then supply your username. Okay, so let me input the command in my terminal. So this is what I'm going to do. I will just copy the first part of the command, excluding the email part. So I'll copy this, then go to my terminal, then paste it, then leave a space, then supply my email in quotes. So my email is So I close the quotes, then I press enter. Then I will also do the second command. The second command is for the username, right? So I will also copy this one, excluding the username part. Then go back to my terminal, paste it, leave a space, open a quote, then I'll put my username, my GitHub username in the quote. So go back to my terminal, then paste it, then close the quote, then hit enter. So you can see the two commands have been run successfully. So step 5 is completed. Yeah, step 6 is completed. So the next thing to do is, they said add this new file to Git, commit the change with the message my first commit, and push to the remote server origin. So what you do is this: you run 3 commands. So the first command you will run is git add dot, you press enter. Then the second one is git commit -m, then you open the curly brace, you open a quote, then you put the commit message. The commit message is my first commit. You must use the commit message that they use, don't use any other commit message. Now, so my first commit, close the double quote. So let us check if the message is correct. My M in capital letters, okay, my first commit. So yes, my first commit, correct. So we press enter. So it has committed. Then the next thing to do is to git push. So git push. Okay. So you can see it has pushed successfully without asking me for username or password or anything. So that is why I said you need to click on the repo option when you are creating the personal access token. So let us now go to our intranet and check the code and see if all what we have been doing since is correct. So we scroll down, then click on check the code. So you can see everything checks correctly, so we are all correct. So now let's now go to task 1. So task 1 is repo session, right? So before I do that, let me clear the screen. It's not necessary for you to clear the screen, but I always like to have a fresh screen when I want to start a new task. So let's go to repo session. Let's see what they want us to do. So they said create a new directory called ox01git in your ALX precourse repo. So let's do that first. So let me just copy this name, then go to my terminal. Then to create a directory, the command is mkdir, then the name of the directory, which is ox01git. So I paste it. So if I hit ls, I should have 2 files. You see, one readme, which I created previously, and the new directory I just created. So let's go back. So next, they said make sure you include a non-empty readme in your directory, okay? And at the root of your repository ALS, because we have already done that. We've done that, which is this one, the first one. So we need to cd into this one and create another readme in this ox01git directory, okay? So let's do that. So let us cd into ALX. Let us cd into ox01git. The web terminal is acting up. So now we are in the ox01git. We are in the ox01git repository. So they ask us to create a non-empty readme file. So look at it here. They ask us to create a non-empty readme file. Yes, see here, but they did not give us what to put in the readme file, so we can put anything we like. So let's go back. So let me use the same echo command I used previously. So let me say echo, then quote, this is my second readme, close the quotes, then use the redirection operator, then readme .md, then press enter. So if I press ls, you can see I already have a new readme file in OX01 Git folder. So if I now press cat readme.md, you can see I have the message. This is my second readme in it. So what you will now do is this. They said we should add our changes, commit and push, right? So let us do that. So to add commit and push, we need to do it in the ALX repository, not in the OX01 Git folder. So we'll go back to our parent repository by pressing cd ... then press enter. Notice that there is a space between the cd and the ... If I press cd and ... without a space, it's going to throw an error. So you can see command not found. So you need to specify a space between the cd and the ... So I press enter. So you can see now I am in ALX repos. So I will now git add, then I'll git commit -m, open the double quote. Did they give us a commit message? Let's check. Okay, they did not give us any commit message, so we can use any commit message you like. So let me say second readme, then close the quotes, then hit enter, then let me git push. So git push, then enter. So you can see our files have been successfully pushed. So let us check the code and see if everything we have been doing is correct. So click on check code, start a new test. So you can see everything checks, so it means you're on the right track. So let's go to number 2 now. Number 2 is coding Fury Road. Now they said for the moment we have an empty project directory containing only a readme. That is the OX01 Git directory is only containing this readme.md file. Then I say it is time to code. So inside OX01 Git, create these directories at the root of your project. So we have to create 3 directories at the root. That means inside this OX01 Git, we have to create this bash, this C, and this JS in this directory. 3 directories in OX01 Git. So let's do that. So let me clear the screen. Then if you observe, I'm in ALX repos, so I need to cd into OX01 Git. So I will do cd OX01-Git. Then I'll press enter. So you can see now I'm in OX01 Git, right? So I need to create 3 directories, right? Their names are bash, C, and JS. So let me create them. So to create 3 directories at a time, you can just do mkdir, then give their names. So the first one is bash, C in small letters, and JS. All the names are in small letters. So please note, don't create a directory with a capital letter for this one, because if you do that, the checker will fail, because bash with a B in capital letters is different from bash with a B starting with a small letter. So let's do that. So we'll do bash, give a space, C, give a space, then JS. So we have already given the mkdir command with the names of the directory we want to create. So all you just need to do is you just press enter. So once you press enter, those 3 directories will have been created. So if you hit ls, you should see your directory. So you can see now we're having 4 files, our readme, and 3 new directories, bash, C, and JS. Now the next thing to do is to continue with what they ask us to do. So they said create these empty files. Now look at this first line. What this means is create this file C is found in the C directory. That means that you will cd into C directory, then you create the file C is found. So let's do that. So I will say cd C, right? Then hit enter. Now I am in the C directory, so I need to create an empty file. The name of the file is C is found. So to create an empty file, the command to use is touch. So you say touch, leave a space, then give the name of the file C underscore is underscore found dot C. Then I will hit enter. So that's all. If I hit ls and I press enter, you should see my file. See its form has been created. Very good. So let's go to the next thing. The next thing says, look at these two lines. What they're trying to tell us here is, go to the JS directory that you have created and create two files. One is main.js and the other one is index.js, right? So let me go back to my terminal. Then let me go to my parent directory by doing cd ... You know I'm in the C directory. I cannot create those index.js and main.js files here because it's in the wrong place. So I need to go back to my parent directory so that I can now go to this JS directory. So if I do cd ... it is going to take me to this ox01 git directory. So after I do cd ... I press enter. No, sorry, Control C. Once you see this thing, this greater than symbol, it is in interactive mode, and it entered interactive mode because I mistakenly hit a slash at the end of the cd ... So to exit this, just press Control and C. You can see it's going to give me back my terminal. So I will just do cd ... then hit enter. Now I'm now in ox01 git, right? So I can now change to JS by doing cd JS. Then I press enter. So now you can see I'm no longer in C, I'm now in JS. So I can now create those two files that they ask us to create. The name of the files are index.js and main.js. So to create those two files, I will say touch index.js, right? Leave a space, then main.js. That's all. Then I'll hit enter. So the files have been created. If you hit ls, you see your two files. You can see index.js and main.js. So what's the next thing on our list? Okay, good. So we are done with this one. Then I said create a file /alx with these two lines inside. Hashtag and this exclamation mark /bin/bash and this. That means create a file named alx in the bash directory, and in that file put two lines of code, this one and this one. So let's do that first. So I'm in the JS directory. I can't do that here, so I need to go into the bash directory. So let me go to the parent directory first by doing cd ... and I hit enter. Now I'm in the parent directory. Then I can now cd into bash. If you hit ls, you can see that I'm having bash here, right? I'll just do cd bash, right? So now I'm in bash. I can create the file here now because this is the right place. Now to create the file with these lines, two lines, mind you, this and this, I can use the echo command, right? Oh no, don't let me use the echo command because I'm having an echo here. I don't want to do echo, right? So I'll use vim instead. So you can just do vim. The name of the first file is alx, right? In bash, alx in bash directory. So I'll just go. So I'll do vim alx. So what this command does is it will create this file alx, right? And it will open it in vim vi editor so that I can input the text. I'm using vi editor because I want to input the text in this particular file. So if I do that, you can see now I am in vi editor, but I cannot write. If I try to type, I can't do anything because I'm in command mode. Okay, and now I'm in insert mode, but initially I could not do anything because I was in command mode. But when I hit a key 2 times, it takes me to insert mode. Now I can insert my text. So the first text that they ask us to insert is look at it, hashtag bin bash. So I'll copy this, then I'll paste it in, then hit enter, then go back again. The second text is echo alx. I will copy it, then I'll go to my terminal again, I'll paste it. So now I have 2 lines of code. So in order for me to save and exit this VI editor, the first thing you need to do is press escape. So escape takes you to command mode. So once you are in command mode now, you can exit. You can save and exit by pressing capital letter Z 2 times. Z 2 times. So once you have done that, your work has been saved and it will now exit the VI editor. So if I do cat ALX, you should see the 2 lines of code that I've imputed. So you can see them. You can see bin bash and echo ALX. So let's go to the next thing. So the next thing is create another file in the bash directory, name school, right? Then you also put these 2 lines of code in it. So we're also going to do the same thing we just did. So you will do vim and the name of the file. The name of the file is school. So HCHOOL. Then you press enter. So I'm in command mode now, right? So to enter insert mode, just press I once, small letter I once. So once you press, you can see insert. I'm now in insert mode. I can now insert text into the file. So I'll come here, I'll copy the 2 lines of text. Copy, then go to the terminal, then paste it. Then hit enter once. Then go back, copy the 2nd line of text, echo school, copy it, come in here in the terminal, then paste it. Now I'm done. So the next thing to do is to save and exit. So to remember, to save and exit, press escape once, then press capital letter Z or Z twice, Z, capital letter. So you can see it has saved and exit. So if I do cat school, you can see I also have my 2 lines of text present. So let us see what we are supposed to do next. So then I said, add all these new files to Git, commit your changes with see the commit message. So you need to use the commit message. The commit message is starting to code today, so cool. Then push to remote server. So let's do that. So in order for us to git add, git commit and git push, do not do it in the bash directory, right? You need to do it in the ALX because directory, so that all of the changes that you have made will be pushed. Everything will be pushed at the same time to ALX because if I git add, git commit and git push, the only thing that will be added to this repository on GitHub will be only these 2 files, which is this ALX and this school that I've created here. So because I want to, I've already created some files in JS, I've created some files in C. I want to add everything at the same time. So I will go back, I will navigate back to this ALX precourse. Then I will git add, then I will git commit and git push. So I will do cd dot twice. 1, then again. Now I can now git add, git commit and git push. So I will say git add, don't forget the dot, then git commit -m, then open quotes. Now there's one thing I want to draw you guys' attention to. This is the commit message, right? There's one mistake that you guys used to make. The mistake is you used to copy this commit message from the intranet and go and paste it in your terminal. Please don't do that. If you do that, the checker will fail, and the part of the checker that will fail will be the commit message part. It will tell you that incorrect commit message. The reason is this: the terminal does not accept the encoding that was used to encode this text. So if you copy this text and you paste it inside, right, and you try to check the code, it is going to throw an error. So the best thing to do is to type it manually. So just type in the correct message. The starting is starting with the capital S, starting to code today, comma, so cool, in double quotes. So let's do that. So I've already opened one double quote. So I will say starting. Notice that I'm starting with a capital S, starting to code today, comma, so cool, close your double quotes, then press enter. So you can see we have all the files that we have created has been committed, everything. Adibi now done this git commit in this bash directory, right? It will be only this ALX and school that will be committed. All these other ones won't be committed. So to do everything at the same time, you need to do it in the parent directory, which is ALX precourse. You get. So I will git push now. So git push. So if you git push, everything should push without, you can see it's not even asking me for username and password because I've already selected repo when I was creating the token. Everything is working fine. So let's go and check our code and see if what we have been doing is correct. Let's check if we have not been doing rubbish since morning. So you click on check the code. So you start a new test. Yeah, so you can see everything checks, no errors. So close that. Then let's now move to task 3. So task 3 is collaboration is the base of a company. So they said a branch is like a copy of your project. It is mainly used for adding a feature in development, collaborating on the same project with other developers, not breaking your entire repository, not upsetting your co-workers. The purpose of a branch is to isolate your work from the main code base of your project and or from your co-workers' work. That means to create a separate work, something that will not interfere with what your co-workers are doing. So you say for this project, create a branch, and the name of the branch is update script. And in this branch, do the following. We have how many things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first things first, let's create a branch named update script. So we'll do that in the ALX precourse directory. So let's go back to our terminal. So let's clear the screen, CLEAR, then hit enter. So after doing that, let's create a branch. Now the command to create a branch is git checkout, then the branch name, like this. Git checkout is together, then name of branch, right? But I'm going to use a shortcut because after creating the branch, we have to go into the branch and start working. So I'm going to use a different command. The command that we use is going to do two things, right? It will create the branch and it will open the branch for me. So the name of the command is, so now that I'm in the branch, now let's see what we are asked to do. So they said we should create an empty file named 98. Okay, let's do that. Let me hit ls first. Okay, so I will create an empty file named 98, right, in the bash directory. So we'll cd into this ox01 git. So cd, then ox01 git, so when ox01 git, then we'll cd into the bash directory, cd bash. Then they ask us to create an empty file. The name of the empty file is just 98, right? So let's go. So to do that, use the touch command, touch 98, enter. So that is done. Then the next one says update this ALX file in bash by replacing echo ALX with echo ALX school. So that means that we'll open this file ALX, then change this echo ALX to echo ALX school. So let's do that. So if I hit ls, you should see that I have the ALX file here. So in order to update what is in this ALX file, I will open it in Vim. So the command to do is Vim, then the name of the file ALX. Remember that Vim is a text editor, right? It allows you to create text files. So they said we should update the content from ALX, from echo ALX to echo ALX, echo ALX to echo ALX school. So I will do that. So let me just add school to this ELF. So in order for me to enter text, remember you need to press I to go to insert mode. You can see I'm now in insert mode. Then I can now type the text. So let me give a space. Then school is the S in capital or small letters. You need to be very careful. Yeah, capital letters. So let me do that. So capital letters. So I think I have that. Then the next thing I already updated it. I want to save and exit. So press escape once. Then press ZZ in capital letters. Don't forget ZZ 1 2. So it has saved and exit. Now let's see what they ask us to do next. So we've done this one. We've done the second one. Now the third one, they said open the file school and replace echo school with echo the school is open. That means change echo school to echo the school is open. So let me go back. So you can see I have the school file here. So to edit what is inside, I will also do like I just did vim with vim then school, then press enter. Then don't forget to enter into insert mode to insert text. You press I once, right? Then they say change echo school to echo the school is open. So we need it was the right text. The school is open, T in capital letters. Okay, so I'll do that. Let me cancel this one. So the school is open. Then with exclamation mark. Please don't forget the exclamation mark. If you didn't put the exclamation mark, the checker won't check the code. Everything must be exactly the way they ask you to do it. So what's next is you press escape once, then press capital Z twice to save and exit. Don't forget capital Z twice, ZZ. So that is done. Then let's see what we have next. So they said add and commit these changes. The commit message is my personal work. Then push this new branch. So let's git add, git commit, and git push. Okay, let's do that. So let us cd to do that. Let us cd into the ox01 git folder. So let me just do cd dot to do that. So I don't want to do it in this bash. I want to do it in this ox01 git folder. So cd dot will take me back. So let me now git add dot, then git commit. So they gave us a commit message -m. So the commit message they gave us to use is you need to use the commit that they give is my personal work. So include that my personal work, close the quotes, hit enter, then git push. Okay, we have an error, so let's see what the problem is. Oh, push this new branch. Okay, now let me explain why this error occurred. Because we have created a branch, we can't just git push like that, you understand, because of the branch we have created. So what we were supposed to do is we were supposed to say git push, then this command set upstream origin update script. That means you give this command git push set upstream origin, then the name of the branch. Remember, the name of our branch is update script. So to resolve this, I will just copy this command exactly the way it is, right? Then I'll paste it, then press enter. So copy, paste, then press enter. So you should push. So you can see that's pushed successfully. So let's go back and see what they ask us to do. So they say perfect, you did an amazing update in your project and it's isolated completely from the main branch. Oh, your manager needs a quick fix in your project and it needs to be deployed now. So change the branch to main. So we need to remember that we are in the update script. We are in the update script. God, sorry for that. We are in the update script branch, right? So we need to change back to our master branch or our main branch. So this is what we'll do to do that. Let me clear the screen first. So we just see to do that we just use the command git check out master. So you can see now the branch has now been switched to the master branch. You understand? So now we are in the master branch and we are in the ox01 git folder. So let's see what they ask us to do in the master branch. Now they said update the file alx in bash by replacing echo alx with echo alx school is so cool. That means open this alx file in this bash directory and change this text with this text. So let's do that. So come here, cd into ox01 git, ox01 git. Oh, sorry, I think I made a mistake. I'm not supposed to do cd ox01 git because I'm already in ox01 git. Okay, so let me just hit ls. So I'm going to the bash directory. So let me just cd. I'm supposed to do cd bash instead. Sorry, cd bash. Now I'm now in bash. Now let us see the changes they ask us to make. They ask us to here in the alx folder replace this text with this text. So let us open the alx folder in vim as before. So you do vim alx, then hit enter, then you press I to go into insert mode, right? Then delete this text in quotes. So come back here. They said replace echo alx with echo alx cool is so cool with exclamation mark. So let's do that. So echo alx school with capital S, school is so cool, cool my ass. Then exclamation mark, then we are done. Then just hit escape to go back to command mode, then capital letter Z twice to save and exit. Don't forget capital Z twice, so Z. So that has been done. Let's see the next thing. So the next thing is delete the directory JS. Okay, so go back. Now we want to delete the directory JS, but we're in the bash directory. We can't do that from here. So we need to go back into the ox01 git directory, right? So to do that, you will just do cd dot once. Now if you hit ls, you can see the JS directory, right? So let us now delete it. Now remember, the JS directory is not empty. It's containing two files, index.js and main.js. So if I try to delete it with rmdir JS, it should not work. rmdir JS, it won't work because the file is containing some other files. So you can see failed, it is not empty. So the correct command to use is rm then -r. This r stands for recursive, and what it means is that delete the contents of the file, the directory JS, then delete the directory itself. Two things: delete the contents of the directory JS, then also delete the directory itself. So if I hit enter, you can see no error. So if I hit ls, you won't have the JS directory because it has successfully been deleted. So let's see the next thing. So the next thing is commit your changes with hotfix and push to the origin. So we need to commit git add, git commit, then the commit message will be hotfix. Then we'll now push it to origin. So let's do that. So let me do it. I always like to git push in this alx records folder. So let me see the dot once. Okay, so I can now say git add dot, then git commit -m auth fix. The auth has capital H, close the quotes. If I hit enter, then git push. Now git push, you can see all pushed successfully, no errors. So let me check the code and see if all I've been doing since is correct, and I've not been doing rubbish since morning. So scroll down, then you click on check the code, then start a new test. So you can see all checked, no errors. So we are done with task 3. So now let's do task 4. Now here they said for this task and only for this task, please update your readme file in the main branch from github.com. That means this readme file in this particular readme file, let me show you this particular one, ls, the one in the main, this one, not the one in ox01 git, this one outside. They say we should update it on github, not on the terminal. Okay, so let's see. We should update it. Then after you have done that in your terminal, you have to do this, but let us update it first. So let's go to GitHub, then let's go to our repo alx repos. Okay, so this is the readme you want to, the one outside, not the one, there are two, one is outside, one is inside here. If I look at it, see the one inside, not this one, the one outside is the one you're supposed to update, right? So click it. So you can see what I'm having here is my first readme, so I want to change what I'm having here. So just come to this section, click on this pen button. So once you click on pen, if you click on the pen, then you should be able to edit. So you can see now I can edit, so I will just delete it. So I will change my first readme to, okay, you can put any commit message you like, right? So me, I will put, man, you a bastard, because those bastards, they got my ticket. So the bastard is not correctly spelled, B-A-S-T-A-R-D. Those bastards, they damaged my ticket yesterday. So you can use anything you like. You can use, I don't know, whatever you like. So after inputting your text, just scroll down, then click on commit changes. So once you click on it, it will save. So you can see it has saved. Man, you and bastard, blah 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 blah. So let's see what they ask us to do next. Now they say after you have done that, in your terminal, get all changes of the main branch locally. That is all the changes you made in your readme file on the GitHub website. Get it on your terminal. Now there's a command to do that. The command to do that is git pull. So I'll do git pull. Git pull will bring all the things that I've done on my GitHub, on the GitHub website, to my terminal. So if I hit enter, so you can see it has pulled, right? It has pulled successfully. So after doing that, I have git pull. Then I say create a new file. The name of the file is up to date at the root of a directory. That means in ALX precourse directory, not inside OX01 Git. That means that this up to date file, I am to create it in this ALX precourse, not in this OX01 Git. So here I'll create the file. Then what did they ask us to do? They said, and in it write the git command line used. That means that the command that I used to get all these changes, which is git pull, I should put it inside this file. Do you understand? So let me do that. So there's a shortcut. This time around I will not use vim. I will just use the echo command. So I will say echo, then put in quotes git pull, then greater than. You can use one greater than, you can use two greater than. There's a difference though. This one greater than means insert this text into a particular file. What's the name of the file? Up to date. So up to date. But if I'm using the two greater than sign, that is, if I'm using something like this, it's different. This one means append. So if I have a line of text on line 1 in this file, it is going to append this git pull on line 2, right? But if I use only one, it is going to overwrite whatever text I have in this up-to-date file with this git pull. So since this up-to-date file is empty initially, I don't have anything, so I can use this one greater than symbol. So if I hit enter, you can see that's already done. So if I check the content of git pull, I should see So sorry, if I check the content of up to date rather, I should see git pull inside. So to do that, I will say cat up to date, then press enter. So you can see git pull is present. So let's see the next thing they ask us to do. So they said add up to date to git, and the commit message you should use is how to be up to date in git. So that means that we should git add, git commit, and git push, but we should git commit with this message. So let's do that. So I'll git add dot, then git commit minus m, open quotes. Then the commit message is, you can copy but don't copy the quotes please. How to be updated in git. You see, this thing is not really a quote, it's looking like an inverted quote. So if you copy it and paste it and use it as your commit message, it is not going to check, it's going to tell you wrong commit message, because this quote, the quote here, this one that is looking inverted, is different from the normal quote, which is this one. So I'll paste. You see, I only copy the text, I didn't copy the quote. Then I'll use my own quote, then hit enter. So I will git push push, hit enter. Okay, so it has pushed. So let's check again and see if we are correct. So start a new test. Okay, we have an error, so let's click on see details. It should be with that up to date file. Up to date exists. Okay, the up to date file is missing. So let's check. It actually exists. Let's check. Let me clear the screen first. So ls, so up to date is present. So what's the issue? Let's check the file name to be sure that we use the correct file name. Up to date. Okay, I think because I copied it from here, let me try and create the file again by typing the name manually. So let me remove this file first. Let me rm copy and paste. So it should have gone. Okay, then let me create the file. Touch, instead of using the echo command, let me use the touch command now. So touch up to date, then press enter. Okay, then let me insert the git pull. You know, we are supposed to insert the text into it. Let me insert it using vi. Then let me use the echo command. So I will say vim up to date, up to date. Okay, then hit I to enter insert mode. Then I'll just type the git pull command, git pull, that's all, nothing else, no space. Then press escape, then capital Z twice, then that's all. So the next thing to do is to git add, commit and push. So git add dot, then git commit minus m. The commit message is how to be up to date in git. Let's check how to be up to date in git, just to be double sure. How to be up to date in git. Okay, so hit enter. Okay, then let's git push. Everything is up to date. Okay, let's check. So we are still having an error. So let's check what they ask us to do again. Create a new file up to date at the root of a directory and in it. Sorry, we are supposed to create it in ox01 git. My mistake. We are doing it in the wrong place. We are creating it in ALX records. You understand? So we need to put it in ox01 git. My mistake, sorry. So let's delete it from here. So ls first, then let us remove this up to date. So sorry, my mistake. Copy this, paste it. Then if you hit ls, it's no more there. So you see D into OX01 Git. You could have just moved it, but I don't want to do that. So then hit enter. So now I'm in OX01 Git. So let us use the echo command to create the file and the text. So what you just do is you just say echo, then quote. The name of the command we used to pull was git pull, right? Git pull, close your quotes, then redirection operator, then space, the name of the file, up to date. Yeah, then enter. So if you hit ls, you should have up to date. Good. Then we can now git add dot. So git commit -n. Then the commit message is what? How to be up to date in Git. Yeah. So then you hit enter as committed. Then git push should push correctly now. Yeah. So it has pushed. So let me clear the screen and let's check the code. So everything should be alright now. Sorry about that. So check your code, start a new test. Yeah, so you can see everything is checking. So the mistake we were making then was because we were creating the file in the wrong place. So if you do that, the checker is not going to check. So let's now move to the mandatory tab, the advanced tab. So click on this, click on OK. Then you should get 2 advanced tasks. So number 5. So we have to merge. Look at it. They say collaboration is cool, but not really when you update the same file at the same time. To illustrate that, please merge the branch. I know we created a branch name of this script. So we want to merge this branch with the main branch. Do you understand? I want to join these 2 things together. This update script and the main branch. So let's do that. So in order to merge the update script branch to our master or main branch, the command we use is git merge update, then script, then hit enter. So you can see it has merged, right? So it is telling us that merge conflict in bash ALX. In the ALX files, we have some merge conflict markers. So we need to delete those merge conflict markers, right? So let us now navigate to this bash directory and open this ALX file in this directory and delete all the conflict markers in this file. So I'm already in OX01 Git. So if I hit ls, you can see I'm having bash here. So I will cd bash. Okay. Then I will now remember I want to edit this ALX file. So I'm going to edit it with vim. So I will say vim, then the name of the file ALX, then hit enter. So as you can see, all these greater than symbol, equal to symbol, and this, they are called conflict markers. So you need to delete them. And this head and this update script, you need to delete all of them. So let's delete them. But I think there's a way they ask us to format it. Let's see what they ask us to do. So it said, as you can see, you have conflict between the 2 branches of the same file. Okay, at the end you should have all your work from the branch update script, new file and 2 update files, and all the main commits, new files, delete folders, etc. without conflict. Okay, so that means that we are supposed to remove all the conflict markers. That is what they mean by without conflict. So let's do that. So come here, then this head is a conflict marker, so you delete it, right? This equal to sign is a conflict marker, so you delete all. The update script here and the greater than sign is also a conflict marker, so delete it. So delete all empty spaces too. Your code should only be 3 lines. I guess 3 lines. Yes, 3 lines. Okay, so after we've done that, we save and exit, then we push, we git add commit and push. So to save, escape once, then capital Z twice. So let me cd back into ALX record. So you do cd dot dot twice, then git add dot, then git commit -m. Then did they give us check if they, let's check if they give us a commit message. Any commit message? No commit message. So we can use our own commit messages. So we can say conflict markers deleted, then close quotes, then git push. Okay, let's check the code. So you can see everything checks, no single error. So we are done with task 5. So the last but not the least, which is task 6, right? They said create a .gitignore file and define a rule to never push this tilde symbol file generated by Emacs. So what we'll do is we'll create this gitignore file in this OX01 git repository, right? Then we'll put a text in it. I'll show you the text we're going to put in. So come to your terminal, then cd into OX01 git, OX01 git. Then we create the file. The name of the file is .gitignore. So since we want to put the text inside it, let us open it in Vim so we can put the text. So I will say vim.gitignore, then hit enter. Now this is the text you need to put inside. So I will hit I to enter it in insert mode. So the first thing you need to put is the tilde symbol. This symbol, tilde, it's called the tilde symbol. Let me show you. It is here. See, tilde. Look at it. The one I highlighted is on your keyboard. I think is the second thing on the left of your keyboard before the number 1 button. There's a key there. The tilde symbol is on it. So put the tilde symbol first, then type never push files generated by Emacs, generated by capital E, mind you, Emacs. That's all, nothing else. Then press escape, then save and exit by hitting capital Z twice, ZZ. So after you've done that, the next thing to do is to git add commit and push. So git, okay, no, okay, let's do that here. So git add dot, then git commit -m quotes, any commit message. They give us any commit message? No. So let us use the message we use in the file. Never push files generated by Emacs. Then hit enter, then git push. Then let's check the code. So you can see all checks, no errors. So that's it, guys. So that's how you complete your OX01 Git projects. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also, if you're having any challenges in the course of doing the project, you can leave me a message in the comment section. I will try my best to reply as fast as I can. So thank you once again, guys, and we'll meet again next time.